From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor. 500 help.
Taylor Heating and Plumbing at Taylor 500 Help. You need air conditioning? They can do it. You need a new water heater with Bradford White water heaters and Taylor Heating and Plumbing? They can do that. They can do custom installation on your home energy, comprehensive maintenance plans. That's why we love Taylor Heating and Plumbing, is because a year ago they came over here to Revere Realty headquarters, the home of the We the People podcast network, and they put in air conditioning for us. And today, on a hot, muggy day, it feels amazing. And they can do the same for you. They have everything to fit your needs: air conditioning, heating, plumbing, home energy, comprehensive maintenance plans. And if you have something break down in your house, like a furnace or a water heater, don't stress the small fixes. They have financing plans that will fit your budget. It's Taylor 500 Help, and they're hiring HVAC techs. They're plumbers, project managers, office personnel. So if you can work, they want to hire you. Taylor Heating and Plumbing. Precision Lawn and Garden, North Avenue in Webster. They've been servicing surrounding Rochester areas with professional sales, service, and parts since 1969. You want a lawnmower, but you don't know exactly what kind of lawnmower you're going to need. If you need a Big Daddy of 0 turns, if you just need a push, maybe you just need one of those that you can, charge? Right? I don't know. I don't mow the lawn, but my husband does, and he's very particular. Justin and Kimberly at Precision Lawn and Garden will set you up with a great lawnmower to make your lawn the envy of the neighborhood. Maybe you got some trees you want to take down. How about some chainsaws? They've got those too at Precision Lawn and Garden. All of your favorite brands. We're talking Toro, Kawasaki Engines, Cub Cadet, Aaron's, Precision Lawn and Garden. Kimberly and Justin are your go-to people. Make sure you tell them that we sent you. And Express Sealers, 645-2010, 645-2010. Brian seals driveways on the east side. So if you need your driveway done to make it look as good as your lawn, call Brian. Express Sealers, east side only, 645-2010. Please support our advertisers. They support us here on the We the People podcast network and Kimberly's Revolution.
Everybody needs a little push, Kimberlina. Live from the We the People broadcast studio in beautiful, sunny, 82-degree Irondequoit, New York.
Hello.
They're our dynamic duo. I'm not sure which one's Batman and which one's Robin. Here they are. It's Kimberly and Chad.
Pow. Kabam.
Hey, kabam. Kapow.
Kapow.
No. Yeah. Hi. I am Kimberly. Welcome to Kimberly's Revolution. We are so glad that
Hi,
you
I
are
am Kimberly.
Here. You're not Kimberly.
It's June. Can be whoever the hell I want.
You can be. The name of today's show is The Rainbow Connection.
I'm Tom.
For reasons that you're going to find out, and
Not
it probably
sure why
doesn't
you'd
take
want to be, but
too
go ahead.
much of a reason to figure out. It is the We the People podcast network. I am Kimberly of Kimberly's Revolution. Thanks to all the Patriots for joining us today. We appreciate you. We are here. You can listen to us anytime. We do the show at 4 o'clock, but you can listen to us at 11 o'clock at night. That is the beauty of a podcast. You can save us for when you're floating in the pool. You can save us like my husband does. He mows the lawn with one of those Precision Lawn and Garden lawnmowers, and he has his earbuds in and he listens to me.
No, he doesn't.
He listens to me all the time, but
He has the
listens to
earbuds
me.
in, so he doesn't have to listen to you.
That is not true. And I'm offended by that statement.
He's
course,
outside with earbuds in
so he doesn't have to.
because you're
Hey,
inside.
Reg, can you? Are you weed eating the side of the? You are okay? What? You can't hear me? Okay, right. I understand how that goes.
Chad is an equal opportunity offender.
He is. Sitting across from me, of course, he is an attorney. He's a lawyer.
A lawyer.
He's a podcaster. He's a daddy. He's a husband. You do it all. I mean,
Who's
it
your daddy?
runs the gamut of things that you are able to do. Chad Hummel, of course, the broker and lawyer for Revere Realty, of which the headquarters for the We the People podcast network. We sit right here in Irondequoit. And Just Tom is sitting across from me. He's a daddy too, and a podcaster.
I'm a grandpa.
He's a
and
granddaddy.
grandpa. He's a granddaddy.
But I'm not a dick like Chad.
No, but you're our nice dick. And then of course
Thanks.
we have
He's
Austin,
a closet dick.
who is our producer. He holds it all together for us, Austin,
Hello.
on a regular basis. And we appreciate Austin. Of course, there he is with his big thumbs up, as always. We so love that. I'm going to start the show by answering a question that someone asked yesterday. I think,
Pick
Tom.
C.
Who did?
Pick C.
I was not shopping in Brockport yesterday at whatever shoe store. Someone said, I think I saw you shopping in Brockport. No.
You were at the Brockport Walmart, though, weren't you?
I have been there, but I was not there yesterday. But I have been there. But I've not been in Brockport. The last time I was in Brockport was like 2-3 weeks ago because I had to go to the Lowe's in Brockport to get flowers that they didn't have in Greece. So no, I was not in Brockport yesterday. I think there was another question too, but now I forget. Today, before we get started with why the show is called The Rainbow Connection, I have to give a little bit of news. And at first I was like, man, that's a drag. And then I just got pissed off about it. Because frankly, there are so many talentless people out there.
Why was she looking at
that remain in their jobs?
Well, I'm surprised she's not looking at me.
There are
we'll go
so
with
many
that.
talentless. There are so many talented people, but there are so many talentless people that get to retain their jobs for reasons I can't figure out.
That's good, Chad, because this isn't a job.
You've never really had a job in your life, but I digress. I found out that a friend of mine was fired, let go, however you want to say it, that that is good for you. I just call it he was fired because in a nutshell, he was shit-canned from iHeartMedia. This is a guy who has loads of talent, who has been in radio for longer than I can remember here in the Rochester area. And my good friend, Mayor Pete Kennedy.
Did you give him a script to read or something?
Was fired yesterday.
Does he want to do a podcast?
He can always come on and do a podcast. He is a friend to everyone, the Mayor Pete Kennedy, and he has so much talent. I mean, he's done mornings, he's done afternoons, he's evenings. I mean, he's a great guy to do a duo show with. I mean, he is just there are oodles and oodles of talent in that guy, and he's been a friend of mine for a long time. And so I got the news, and I'm like, holy shit! They of all the people in that building over there that should go, but are there, Loonsberry is talented and deserves to have his job. He is a crazy mofo that should not take pictures of his dick and send it to women, but he is talented and deserves to have his job. No doubt. No doubt. I think we can say that Loonsberry isn't one of them because he's smart and he does a great show. There are people over there that are so fucking untalented that should have gone way before the Mayor Pete Kennedy.
Can you
I told
give us
you
some
guys,
examples?
I was going to light up the Molotov and I was going to throw it today. And here I am. I mean, yeah, I deserve to be fired because I said stupid shit.
Shocker.
But the Mayor Pete Kennedy has never said a bad thing on the air and has done so many good things. He volunteers for so many organizations and does so much good, but doing good and whatever doesn't get you shit in this business. And none of us got into radio so that we'd have people come up to us in grocery stores and say, man, I love your laugh. And I knew that was you from your voice. None of us got into radio for that. We didn't get in it for the accolades. We didn't get in it for the people to come up to us and say, oh, I love listening to your show. We got into radio because we loved the medium. We got into radio because we loved the teamwork that surrounded a show when you were really gelling and things were good and whatever bit you were doing was fantastic. And I've loved radio since I was a kid. And there are talentless hacks on the radio currently that should not have kept their job in this latest drive-by firing that iHeartMedia did on Monday and Tuesday of this week. And they just didn't do it in Rochester. They did it, nationwide. And I don't know who else was let go, but I can name a few people that should have gone at iHeart that currently still have their jobs on and off the air. And I think one of them that we never could figure out what in the hell he did. And when you needed him, you couldn't find him.
He's a very nice man.
Nice doesn't cut it in this cutthroat business, Tom. Know what I'm saying?
Sure it does.
But there are people doing shows over there. And I'll just say it. I don't give a rat's ass. I've got nothing to lose. Talentless. You have no talent.
What was Pete doing of late? What
they had him in a couple of markets, and I think they
did he have his own show right now? Or no?
He did have his own show, and it was an afternoon. So I'm not. I haven't been over there, and I don't listen to any of the shit they have on the radio over there or the talentless people they've got. there are a couple of my friends that are salespeople over there, and you're doing a hell of a job, and I don't know how you're doing it. And Bob Morgan is a personal friend of mine, and I know he hated to do what he had to do to Pete Kennedy yesterday, and I'm sure it came down from the top. And I never blame Bob Morgan for firing me because I know his hands were tied. I get it. And that also came from the top. He had to do it. And it's a numbers game. And that's what sucks about radio anymore. It's a numbers game. I don't give a shit about you or the ratings that you bring in or the good radio that you do. They just want to hire you in at the lowest possible salary, and then they want to bleed you dry. And again, none of us got into radio for that kind of thing. We loved it. From the first time you turned on the transistor radio when I was a kid and hooked it to my little bike that was purple with the basket on it. That's all we loved. It's probably why you became a lawyer, because it excited you, right? You loved it. And what they've done to radio over there.
Diarrhea of the mouth.
You still have a job over there. You know who you are, but you're talentless. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, Kimberlina.
Yeah.
Does the mayor Pete Kennedy need a real estate agent?
I don't know. He sold his house, and I think he was renting.
Oh, okay.
And I talked to him today. I'm like,
Crap.
you know what? You don't have any kids. You and your wife don't have any kids. You don't have any pets. Yeah, the world is your oyster, man.
He's been in Rochester radio for decades.
He could retire.
Right?
He's older than me.
Is that possible?
I will beat you. I will stab you.
There's too much equipment in between.
So anyway,
to get over here.
That's my rant. And I just wanted to say I'm very sorry that he lost his job. It's really bullshit.
So it was a layoff essentially?
It was. But again, there are people over there that weren't laid off, that should have been laid off years ago. I'm talking years. And I don't ever want to see anyone lose their jobs. But when it comes down to someone who's talented and someone who is a hack, and you got to pick which one goes, it's a numbers game. It's a complete numbers game. And again, I feel for Bob Morgan, because I know that is the last thing that he wanted to do yesterday. And he loves radio as much as the rest of us, but the people at the top.
One of us in this room has to go. Who is it?
Oh, it's me. I'll volunteer.
It's me. I gotta go.
I'll volunteer.
I'm constantly getting us into trouble. But anyway, that's what I do. So the Rainbow Connection.
All right. Is it time to leave?
This is where Tom exits.
Right.
Stage left.
We talked about this yesterday, and a patriot sent me this today. In a nutshell, this was sent home in kids' backpacks. There it is, right there. This was K through 12 at a Pittsford. Is it a Pittsford Elementary?
I believe it was Penfield.
Penfield Elementary School. This was a Penfield Elementary School, K through 5. And it says, "What is Pride Month?" They want your 7-year-old to know. And this is why it was sent home in their backpack. Pride Month is the time to promote self-affirmation, dignity, and equality.
But only if you're gay.
I know 25-year-olds that don't even know what self-affirmation means. And we're sending this bullshit home with our K through 5th graders.
You can only self-affirm if you're gay, if you are transgendering, if you are a drag queen, wannabe, right?
They talk about that in here.
Is there any self-affirmation for Republican heterosexual males in Penfield?
People to know. Here's who it wants. And by the way, and I've said this before, love is love. Love who you want to love. I don't care. There's not enough love in this world. If you love another woman or you love another man and you want to spend the rest of your life with that person and grow old together, I am all about it. But kids that are 7 and 8 years old don't need to know about gender. What were some of the things yesterday that we had on that quiz? Like gender identity.
I failed that test.
And what are some of those others on there? Can you see that?
Cisgender,
transgender,
non-binary.
I still don't know what cisgender is.
It's us.
That's nothing.
It's heterosexuals.
Oh, I'm a cisgender?
7 and 8 year olds don't. 7 and 8 year olds don't need to know that.
I need somebody to put that in my backpack because I didn't know.
Here's what they want your fifth grader, your 4th grader, your 3rd grader. They think it's important that your 7-year-old know who Mrs. Kasha Davis is, who is a drag queen from Rochester who was on RuPaul's show. They think it's important that you know who Kasha Davis is, that your 7-year-old
A drag queen.
who is just wanting to play with Play-Doh, they think she should know, or he should know, who Kasha Davis is. They also think you should know who Brittany Griner is. She's the openly gay basketball player that is currently being held in Russia custody because she apparently, allegedly, had drugs on her.
Is that why we need to know who she is? Because she's in jail in Russia for breaking the law, or because of who she has sex with?
She was the first openly gay athlete to sign an
Oh,
endorsement
I
with
see.
a Nike.
I see.
But
With Nike.
this was sent home. Did you know the acronym LGBTQA plus stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, intersex, asexual, and more? It says it right there. What did the
acronym start off as? Do you recall? Was it just LGB?
I think
at one point. Let's go, Brandon.
LG. I don't even know.
Seriously, I think it started off as 3 letters, and somebody that maybe 10 years ago said someday there'll be 30 letters with a plus at the end, right? Mm-hmm. How big of a tinfoil hat did you have to wear in order to make that pronouncement even 10 years ago? Yet here we are.
Yeah.
Yet here we are. And here's the other thing too.
Here is the indoctrination at its finest again.
Which is what it is.
Penfield.
Pure indoctrination.
Yeah. They want you to know, they want your 7-year-old to know, your second grader, that 7% of adults identify as LGBTQIA plus in the U.S.
So what was it when it was only LGB, like 0.5%? See, they have to add all these letters so they can increase the percentage.
I don't know. I don't know, but
And then again, chalk this up to the tinfoil hat wearers 10 years ago. But when 10 years ago, the big political debate, the big political landscape was about gays and the right to marry. Okay. And
I'm okay with that.
Well, hold on though.
I mean,
that's the point. That's the point, is that when that was the argument, when that was the debate across the country, and there were people saying, yeah, but this is the slippery slope. What's going to happen next? Next, they're going to come for your kids. And again, you were a lunatic. You were a nut job. You were wearing a tinfoil hat. Next, they're going to come for your kids. Here we are now, 10 years later. And what does any of this bullshit have to do with equal rights for gays and lesbians? Absolutely nothing. They have equal rights. They have equal protection under the law. They have the right to marry. They have the right to drink at the same water fountain that you and I drink. They have the right to sit in the front of the bus, the back of the bus. They can get behind each other's buses. They can do whatever the hell they want, right?
Yes.
Right? But now it's never good enough. So we have to keep adding letters. We have to add pluses and minuses and semicolons and colons, and they want to go up your colon and out your colon, and then they want to stick shit in your kids' backpacks.
They do,
and tell them that they have to know about what transgendering. If it's so damn normal, then why don't the transgender kids know that they're not normal, right? If it's normal to know that you're heterosexual, why isn't it normal to know that you're a transgender?
Right.
If it's normal.
And then they want, because
explain this shit.
Because the rainbow flag, hence the name of the show, The Rainbow Connection, because I love the song. The rainbow flag isn't enough. We've got to have other flags. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, they keep adding to the flag too, right? It changes every day.
The progress flag.
Oh yeah, progress. They're always making progress.
There's the transgendered flag, which is blue and pink. That's a flag. There it is. You see it? It's right there. There's the bisexual pride flag, because bisexuals need their own. There it is. It's blue and maroon. And then there's the ally pride. I don't know what ally pride flag is. The flag is for people who are not members of LGBTQIA+, but support them.
Wow.
There's a flag for people who support this nonsense.
Yeah, those are for the people that didn't want to pick a letter, so they needed a flag.
But what you really need to know... 4
flags to go along with what I thought said it perfectly, which is the rainbow flag, but still that's not even enough.
What you really need to know, though, and again, it doesn't take 10 years anymore for the conspiracy theories to come true. It only takes a few months. But the whole point is that if you're not flying one of these flags, or if you're not saluting one of these flags, or if you're not buying into the flag the last one that you talked about, the one where, hey, I'm not any one of these because I was able to run the gamut while I was in grammar school and not get indoctrinated into becoming a transgender. So if you happen to survive all of that and become a normal, regular grown adult functioning in society, then you have to wave that last flag that says, I support, even though I'm none of this, I support all of this.
I support it.
Or you get condemned.
Right.
Or
and
you get
God
condemned.
forbid, do not question it.
Yeah.
Because then you're just all about hate.
Yeah, you are. And even worse than that, believe it or not, if it can be worse than that, as we all know, sitting here, your professional licensing or big woke corporate America, if you work for Coca-Cola or Xerox or IBM or whoever you work for out there, they're going to come after you.
Yeah.
They're going to come after you because you get those emails every month that say, oh, the next transgender training affirmation session is going to be such and such. And we need to know what your preferred pronouns are. And if you're the guy or gal that says, hey, I'm not participating in that because I don't believe in it, or it offends me, or it goes against my religious moral beliefs.
Yes.
Whatever the case might be, you're blackballed.
I mean, can you imagine if your 7-year-old came to you and says, what does it mean to be transgendered? How do you?
I don't know what that means.
I think you just have to wait for that until they mature.
And then
to a
4
level.
hours later, you put a couple bucks under their pillow because the tooth fairy came.
right, exactly.
Right.
So there we are. I mean, on Flag Day yesterday,
can you turn your phone off,
they
please?
they basically put a flyer in the kids' backpacks that tells the kids, because Penfield and Pittsford and Spencerport, because we talked about the kids yesterday that took some posters down at a Spencerport elementary school and wrote their own sign, and then of course they got in trouble.
Yeah,
and
they're not allowed to self-affirm. Let me see that handout you have there, please.
Right there.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We have handouts.
We have handouts. Yeah.
So, like I said, you read it, right? What is Pride Month? Pride Month, and keep that up, Austin, please. What is Pride Month? Pride Month is a time to promote self-affirmation, dignity, and equality.
Yes.
Except if you're straight. Because the straight kids wanted to self-affirm their straightness, their own personal dignity, and that they're equal.
Yes.
But they're not. They're not allowed to self-affirm. They're not allowed to express their own dignity, and they're not allowed to be equal. They're not equal because they're not allowed to put up their poster.
They're not.
They're not.
I still got to play the devil's advocate.
Yeah, except they ruined the poster that the other people put up.
Yes.
Did they though?
No, they took it down.
Well,
right?
they took it down, and that specific sign, this picture doesn't show the whole sign. There's a smaller one beneath it that says don't be gay, don't be lame.
Don't be lame. Join the straight side. Don't be lame or something like that.
Right.
I mean,
but you know what the poster says in my daughter's middle school that I look at every morning when I go in there? That poster says, and there's a picture, some kid drew it. They drew some sort of drag queen with a devil face on the face. And it says, don't be shy, come to our side. So we now have pitted, which is exactly what they're intending to do. Let's make no mistake here. Mm-hmm. They're pitting these kids. And as you set out, this has nothing to do with children, right? Children should have nothing to do with this. And at worst, so to speak, this should be a discussion that they're having at home,
right?
Or in their faith formation at church or whatever the case might be. It's no place in the school at this age, but they're pitting the kids against each other so that they're each putting up competing posters. And these kids are going to put whatever they want on a poster. Kids bully each other all the time without a poster.
Well, I mean, and again, I saw this poster yesterday that we talked about yesterday, Tom and I, on our Tuesday show at the podcast.
What?
What was yesterday's podcast called? It was called
Girls Can Be Boys.
Boys Can Be Girls.
Boys Can Be Girls.
Boys
will be
boys will be girls. And we talked about this yesterday. You know that they're boys that wrote this, right? But again, they can, yes, there's your pride flag. Thank you, Stryker. We love your pride flag. It's the American flag.
God forbid.
Boys did this, and little boys, 7 and 8-year-olds, aren't mature enough to deal with this sexual information.
No, don't we have G movies, PG
8,
movies?
9, 10-year-olds are not mature enough to understand what all of this means. Therefore, It should not be handled at this age in elementary school. All of the stuff that's being shoved down these kids' throats. And it is.
And it has
Crazy.
to be shoved down their throats. But, you know, in order for this agenda to work, it has to be shoved down their throats at the earliest age possible, where they spend the vast majority of their time away from their family and away from their close inner circles.
Right.
Right. So, because by the time they get to college and the crazy lunatic communist professors, they don't want the pushback at the college level. These angry communist professors at, you know, Harvard and Yale and Stanford, they don't
Brockport.
Yeah, and at Brockport, they don't want the pushback. So we got to start indoctrinating the kids young. We have to start, quote unquote, educating them as early as possible.
The brainwashing starts now.
Yeah, so that by the time they get passed on to the communist liberal professors in college, it's done. It's over. There's no argument. There's no more debate.
And if you don't have a strong parental set, the brainwashing will work on these kids. And again, I don't have a problem with the kids later on when they're older, learning all this stuff, digesting it, being able to have an adult conversation about whatever, but not at 5 and 7 and 9 years old. It is horrendous what they're doing to the kids at this age. Who wants to sexualize a 9-year-old, for God's sakes? Can we just stop with the nonsense? Who wants to sexualize a 12 and 13-year-old? I tried to keep my kids so far away from that for so long until at some point you can't ignore it any longer as a parent. And then a strong parent steps in and kind of leads the way by example. But what happens if you don't have that at home? You're brainwashed from an early age.
At school.
At school. Because you don't have a strong parental unit at home. You said yesterday was Flag Day, and you were going to mention something about something that happened at school on Flag Day, or was that you, Tom? I forget.
Well, I didn't have anything today.
Oh, okay. You had mentioned that they had done some kind of a program instead of on Flag Day. Of,
at the,
and I hope everyone
the Monroe County office building
was flying. Oh, was it? It wasn't at a school. Was it the Monroe County office building on Flag Day?
Yeah.
They have a big American flag ceremony?
No, not that I'm aware of. What I did see though on the news in this, we're going to talk about the Harry Bronson story at some point, but Harry Bronson I saw, and
Harry Bronson, who was a gay legislator
in Adam Bello
in Monroe County, New York.
Yeah. And so Adam Bello, the county executive, and Harry Bronson led a ceremony yesterday at the Monroe County office building where they honored some woman who supposedly had historical roots in the, hold on, I used to know all the letters, but there's so many of them. The
LGBTQIA plus
community.
Of course.
Yeah. She's some historian in the community, and they honored her at a ceremony and so on and so
very
forth.
nice.
And, you know, because it was Flag Day. So that of course they had to do something that had to do with the gay pride flag, not the American flag.
Of course.
But anyway, you know, that's just minor details.
And so Harry Bronson, who is a longtime politician here in Monroe County in Rochester, New York, openly gay for, I don't know, a number of years. I don't know the man. I don't know anything about the man. I'm sure he's fine. But he made a statement about a letter that he just received that hurt his feelings. Right.
Yeah. He was butthurt. I mean, it hurt his feelings. Yes.
How many of those letters do you get, Chad?
We get a lot of letters.
Yeah, I get some hate mail.
If I go through all of the hate crap I get on a daily basis on Twitter and everything, and my feelings were hurt every time someone called me out for something or said something about me that wasn't true or whatever, I would never get out of bed in the morning.
And 13 Wham, they always come to your house with a microphone, right? Every time you get hate mail and hate emails and hate texts and hate private messages, right?
No, they don't give a rat's ass.
Oh, they don't?
No.
Why not?
They only give a rat's ass when I do something like show up at the Bills game without a vaccine card.
Oh,
right.
You know.
That's because you don't have one of these flags hanging on your front lawn.
Science. Apparently.
#science.
It's only science. It's, you know, if you have a vagina, you're a girl. If you have a penis, you're a boy. It's science.
Wait a minute.
Or maybe it's not.
Okay.
Isn't that ironic though? So the signs that
the
wokesters, the ones that don't want to hang a BLM banner at their houses, and they don't want to hang the gay pride flag at their houses. They don't want to be so far on the fringes. So what they do is they have those little lawn signs that have those statements that says, science is real, and
Right.
in our house we believe in science,
Yeah,
and in
science
our
is
house,
real. Yeah.
love is love and hate is hate, and
Yeah.
hate has no place here, and so on and so forth.
And if
right?
you're born with a vagina and
Yeah.
you're born with a penis, that means you're a boy,
But
and
they
a
believe
girl.
there are-
It's science.
They believe that there's more than two genders. These
Mm-mm.
people,
No,
science is
it's-
real
No, it's
in their home. I don't get it,
I know.
and I'm not. I mean, I'm being facetious, but I'm not. I don't get it.
I'm with you on
And
that.
there is no gay gene. The studies have all been done. The science is proven. There's no gay gene, and there's only two genders. But science
Male and
is real
female.
in their homes, and it's
Yes,
not
sir.
in mine.
It absolutely is.
What's wrong with these people?
And so, nobody comes to you if your feelings get hurt. If someone sends you an ass ripping email and calling
No.
you all sorts of names, no one really
The
cares.
Attorney Grievance Committee comes. The Board of Real Estate, they all come. They all show up looking for us,
They do.
right?
But the ABC affiliate goes out to Harry Bronson. Now, you saw the story. I did not.
Yeah, we have the story. We can play it.
Can we play it? And then we'll comment on it. Play and comment.
An investigation is underway in Rochester after anonymous letters with homophobic language and phrases were mailed to two LGBTQ plus owned businesses, both in the South Wedge. One of the owners, a state lawmaker. Chase Howell live now in the South Wedge tonight with more on this. Chase.
Yeah, Assemblymember Harry Bronson and his husband own Equal Grounds coffee shop over in the South Wedge. He says last week they were one of those businesses to receive one of those hate-filled letters full of homophobic comments.
I think people who engage in gay bashing should get the Medal of Honor.
Co-owner of Equal Grounds and New York lawmaker Harry Bronson reading a line from this letter that he says was mailed to him and his husband's coffee shop in the South Wedge last week.
What's concerning for me and for our staff here is the language where he said gay bashers should receive a Medal of Honor. That's encouraging gay bashing.
Bronson says in the last few years, he believes that hate has been legitimized. He says if someone is different from what someone believes is normal, that person is considered a threat.
As an individual, it's hurtful to receive this type of a letter and to be called derogatory names and things of that nature. People need to understand that words matter. And whether it's intended or not intended, words can hurt. In this case, it was intended.
Rochester Mayor Malik Evans is angry that someone is targeting these
The mayor
businesses, adding that hate
speaks
has
out.
no place in Rochester.
It's heinous that in 2022 that we still have these types of incidents still happening.
Bronson says the author of the letter says they believe there's no place for gay-owned businesses in the community.
Okay.
Which he said.
I mean, okay, can we stop this?
I have lots of
It's such a
questions.
bullshit. Why even, okay. Why even play into that letter? Here's what you do. Here's what you do to the letter.
Right.
You don't even entertain the fucking letter, Harry. You don't
Exactly.
entertain the fucking
It's a
letter
crazy
because
person.
you know what? They got exactly what they hoped out of you. They got a rise out of you.
Unless the letter's not real,
Unless the letter's not real.
and that's the
I mean,
the thing.
I don't know. I'm sure the letter is real. But you know what?
Hold on, though.
That's what you do. Harry, from now on, just file 13 it, honey.
Who
It's
sent the
really
letter?
easy.
Who's the author? He mentions the author. Who's the author? When was it sent? How long has he had the letter? Did they bother investigating where the letter came from? Because you know they're going to characterize this as a hate crime. If they can find the person who wrote this letter, that person is going to get arrested and charged with a hate crime.
Sure.
If it says what they claim it says.
I'm sure it's not signed by anyone.
Maybe it
legit.
doesn't say what they claim it says. Can we see the letter? Or do we just get a quick little snapshot of some letter that looks like it was written in pencil? And it looks like it was written by a third grader.
It looks like it was written by whoever wrote that sign at Spence Report.
Right.
You know, the sign that we just had up right there. Go, be straight, whatever it said.
Remember when we were worried about letters that had anthrax on them?
That looks like the same handwriting.
Now it's just about words.
Doesn't it look like the
Kimberly's
same
a
handwriting that was on the
expert.
Harry Bronson?
You're right.
Listen,
It does, though.
It does look like the same handwriting that maybe a 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old, wrote it.
Have you ever heard of Chick-fil-A and Hobby Lobby?
Yes.
What happens every time Chick-fil-A tries to open up a restaurant in the city of Rochester?
The
in Monroe County.
LGBTQ IA plus come out in full force because
And they degrade them as Christians.
the Christian right.
They degrade them for not being open on Sundays.
Right.
They degrade them for the owner's apparent donations in the past to political causes that they don't agree with.
Correct.
Oh, wait, I thought we were equal. I thought we had personal equality and personal dignity so that therefore we could donate to whatever causes that we personally believe in. They always want equality and dignity as long as it's equal and dignified to whatever the hell they believe in. So every time Chick-fil-A
Bingo.
tries to open up, they blast them.
Yes.
You don't think that the franchise owners of Chick-fil-A here in Monroe County, in Greece, Henrietta, and Arundecoit, all got hate mail when they went to open up?
They got
Are you
tons
kidding
of
me?
it. They got tons of because we.
Where
at
was
the
Harry
time-
Bronson?
Yeah.
Because Harry Bronson, you know, he might be the owner and he might be the wife, because I guess the other guy's the husband. So he might be the wife, but he's also a lawmaker. So he's speaking out as a lawmaker there in Monroe County. Does Harry Bronson give a shit about Chick-fil-A's dignity, about Chick-fil-A's personal affirmation? No, he doesn't, because it doesn't comport with his personal lifestyle choices. Not gay genes, his personal lifestyle choices. It doesn't comport, therefore he doesn't give a shit.
Exactly.
They don't give a shit. They only care about what they care about. They only care about advancing their agenda. And Hobby Lobby, same thing, right?
And that's why the flyers went out in the backpacks
Yep.
to Penfield K through 12.
Because we got to get the kids indoctrinated.
Exactly. You're listening and watching Kimberly's Revolution on the We the People Podcast Network. And of course, support our sponsors, Taylor's Heating and Plumbing, Express Sealers, and also Precision Lawn and Garden. We love them, could not do the show and have the freedom to speak openly like we do if it were not for our sponsors. But it was interesting that Malik Evans, who is our brand new, I haven't seen Mayor Malik in a while, mayor of Rochester, which is a Democratic liberal city that has a huge violence rate, right? Statistics show that our violence and homicide rate is equal to that in population to Chicago's
Greater than Chicago.
homicide rate, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So we have a new mayor. We haven't seen him lately, but he shows up on this. But my question to you, and I sent this video to you.
Ooh, I think I know the answer. Teacher.
Do you think that Malik Evans thought that the letter to Harry Bronson with the gay
It
bashing
was heinous.
was heinous and maybe more egregious than the 100 student fight with a gun being drawn and a guy being smacked in the head with the gun yesterday at East High School? Do you think if Mayor Malik was out, he could have said something about Rochester Shining Star High School, by the way,
They're
right?
scholars. Hold on, they're
They're
scholars.
scholars.
According to the superintendent,
Yeah.
they're scholars.
Let's
Let's see these scholars.
Let's see the scholars yesterday.
Scholars at work. Look at those scholars. So scholarly.
Here comes the gun.
It's a scholarly gun.
Oof.
This is mostly a peaceful Regents exam.
Did you hear that? Can you run that back right there? Can you run that back, Austin, right there? Kid has a gun. You can hear him pistol whipping the other kid in the head with it.
And then he pointed at him.
Right there.
Watch him point it now. And then they run.
And then they run, because I'd be running too if someone pointed a gun at me.
He's almost as fast as my daughter.
Should be on the track team for East High School, which I think.
East Ridge, my daughter goes to, not East.
No, but
No, I know. I'm
but
just
this
kidding.
was East
Yeah.
High School,
My daughter was the MVP of the track team.
which is right down. It's right down the road from here, around the corner on Culver.
Yeah. Where was Malik? Was Malik at the pistol whipping?
I
Talking
don't
about how
think he
heinous
said.
it was, or just about the fake letter that Harry Bronson got?
No one has seen Malik. He's a soft scrub that wears shoes 3 sizes too big. I don't know what that means.
No, you have to watch political correcting to know what that
Oh,
means.
Soft
That's
scrubbing?
Thank you, Lavelle, for the commentary. That is beautiful.
no, that's an inside joke.
He's
Sounded like a good
is
joke.
a soft scrub that wears shoes 3 sizes too big. Okay, so I don't, but here we are.
Does he think pistol whipping's heinous?
Didn't the U of R take over East High School at some point in time and said we're going to?
Yeah, this is just one of the side effects of the vaccinations.
It's science. Science.
Hashtag science. You got to get the hashtag in there.
So sorry. But you have this, and let's just show the tweet yesterday. Let's show the violence, not to mention the 2 homicides over the weekend and the multiple shootings that happened over the weekend where people were wounded. The violence yesterday in the city alone. 2 beatings, 1 kidnapping, 4 incidents of gunshots fired with nobody struck, including a 3-year-old inside a shot-up car.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
And an incident where officers rolled up on a gunfight in the middle of Denver Street like it's the freaking OK Corral.
Wait a second.
At sundown.
Hold on.
I'm not even joking.
It's not a gunfight, right? It's 2 thugs or 2 criminals fighting with guns.
With the
with
the illegal guns,
are the
by
guns
the way.
Fighting?
It's a gunfight.
Are the guns fighting?
The guns aren't fighting.
The guns aren't. The guns don't fight.
The people operating the guns are fighting.
Yes,
and
it's not a
no
gunfight.
amount of Kathy Hochul's lawmaking on guns, or no amount of red flags laws, we're going to stop this gunfight on Denver Street yesterday.
That's in the same area over by the public market.
Is it?
You stay away from all streets that start with a number, a letter, a fruit,
Yeah.
a state, or a president. Those are the streets you stay away from.
You think?
Numbers, letters, fruits, states.
Are you
presidents.
steering people there, Mr. Hummel?
If you want to get shot, then go to one of those streets. That's all
Lavelle
I'm
says
saying.
it's disgusting. I'll say this. The African American so-called leaders are front runners that don't want to hold parents accountable. That is from Lavelle Lewis, who is
100%.
also
Front runners.
an African American who is making that comment. There are people doing the right thing, but not enough of them, Lavelle, unfortunately. We
They're
know
nothing but suits and a pair of shoes in front of a TV camera when they're looking for publicity and votes. That's all they are.
Our
On
last
both sides.
Our last mayor had a drug dealing husband who took the kid on drug deals.
Yeah.
What do you expect from this guy? I mean,
Only can go up from there.
I don't even.
Bronson's letter was heinous, though.
Lavelle's going to have to do this show with me next time. Lavelle and I will get in so much trouble.
Lavelle will be here on Jose's show at 8:00.
At 8 o'clock?
Yep.
You mean
8 o'clock.
you mean you and Lavelle will get worse letters than you and I? And
Oh, no,
Tom have
probably
gotten?
not. No, probably
Chad,
not.
I don't get any letters.
Nope. Probably not. I just want to remind you that your president that you voted for
Oh God.
has a short little.
What did he do now?
By the way, I think the markets crapped the bed again yesterday. And I just want to let you know that the 30-year mortgage rate surged to 6.2. I hope you're locking in. I hope if you're buying a house,
Lock
you are
in.
locking in.
Lock in
and
right
load.
here.
Lock it.
Lock and load, baby.
Lock it up. Lock it up. I hope that whatever mortgage rate you have locked that sucker up tight, because the mortgage rate this week is 6.28, up from 5.5 a week ago.
Welcome to Biden's America.
What does that mean to you? I mean, you're the money man. What does that mean?
Well, that generally speaking, when interest rates go up, that loses the buying power of the public. And as long as the supply doesn't drastically increase, you lose that supply and demand that we have.
And later on, it's going to rain.
Prices will go down.
Biden says that everything's doing fine. Can we hear one of those little deals?
What is this? Under my plan for the economy, we've made extraordinary progress. And
What?
put America in a position to tackle a worldwide problem is worse everywhere but here. Inflation.
What?
I'm sorry. Has he seen the numbers? He says,
Translation.
Oh, yeah.
yes, please.
Chad, translation.
Yes, please.
Translation.
Yes, please.
I am fixing inflation by causing inflation. We provided funny money that caused inflation, but it's a good thing everyone got the funny money to be able to handle the inflation that I caused. That's what he just said.
Wait, let me hear that again to see if it's anything
Yeah.
like you just said. I think
Is
you're right.
this. Under my plan for the economy, we made extraordinary progress. And we put America in a position to tackle a worldwide problem is worse everywhere but here: inflation.
Under his plan, which was here's $1 trillion, Americans, that you didn't earn. That was his plan that he's referring to.
Mhm.
He put us in a position, 8.6% inflation. He put us in a position to handle the inflation. So he caused inflation, but as he was causing it by giving us the money that caused it, he was giving us the money to be ready to fight it. So we have the money now
Okay.
that we can use during
Sure.
inflation.
Okay.
But if we didn't have the money, inflation wouldn't have happened. So
1.21 gigawatts.
Is that economics 101? So he's blaming the Ukraine. Do we have that?
The average price of gas nationally today hit $5 a gallon for the first time.
Putin.
What's your message to the American people, especially as we head into the summer months, who are really struggling with this?
It's outrageous what the war in Ukraine is causing. And we're trying very hard to make sure that we've significantly increased the number of barrels of
Bullshit.
oil that are pumped
Bullshit.
into us.
He's past his nap time.
Yeah,
I was
look
just
at
gonna
it.
He's
say-
already sleeping.
40,000 barrels
Anyway,
of
doesn't
oil.
I was
matter.
going to say, it's
Doesn't matter.
outrageous that the Secret Service woke me up from my nap early and made me answer this question.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's
Ugh.
Ukraine's problem, which says to me and should say to you and all the patriots who drive a car, fuck you. The gas prices are going to go up.
Go make
That's
some
what it
more
means.
solar panels.
That's what it means. Yes.
By electric.
What he just said is basically to the American public, fuck you. It's Putin's fault, which we know it's not. We are the biggest oil producing country. Why are we not making our own?
Yeah, we're hoarding our own oil.
It's
We're
ridiculous.
sending it to Europe.
Was he on with Stephanopoulos too, who is
Sluffaluffagus.
the Snuffleupagus?
Snuff-
President Biden. He's blaming Republicans in Congress for blocking his plans to get prices under control.
Can we stop that for a second? How many people is Biden going to blame? Republicans, Putin,
Ukraine.
right? Well,
Yeah.
What are the
Ukraine.
Republicans doing to make prices be out of control? What is it that he's referring to?
And by the way,
They're stopping him from spending more.
in the
Yeah.
next breath, he says, "I've made it to where we have the greatest economy ever." I'm confused.
It's a boom.
Yes, he said it was an economic boom.
The greatest president that God ever created.
Go ahead.
Why my plan is not finished and why the results aren't finished either.
Oh boy.
Oh, great.
Jobs are back, but prices are still too high. COVID is down, but gas prices are up. Our work isn't done.
Chief White House correspondent Cecilia Bailey.
Okay, our work isn't done.
Doesn't
He's
Democrats,
not-
isn't they always
We're not
say
at
that?
$6
Our
a
work
gallon
isn't
yet.
done?
Here's the thing: his work isn't done. He hasn't fully exploded the American economy to where he needs it to be.
He cured
Right?
COVID, but gas is just too damn high. Thanks, Joe.
Oh my God! I just
Thanks, Joe.
honestly, it's the most ridiculous thing. When you listen to that, and you're like, he's clearly delusional.
Airfare's up 47% since January.
Nobody can sit there and say what he said. I think we played the clip yesterday that he's caused the biggest economic boom in years.
Well, now I found out what's wrong with my Microsoft account. Apparently, they pulled the plug on it.
They did, yeah. they absolutely did.
All right.
So there you have that. I know it's the craziest thing, right?
The world's gone mad.
So don't you,
Do we have that quote of him saying, where's the part where he actually says that the economy is doing great?
Hold on, I'll get
we
it.
have
that
that.
was
We have
from
the cut.
yesterday?
We
That
have the
was-
cut
I'm
from
sorry.
yesterday.
That was
I'm
the
sorry.
press secretary from yesterday.
No, but he said it too. Remember,
right,
we
he
played it.
did.
We played it, and it said that it
I'd
was.
love to hear that.
So I'm sure we have that. And while
This happened just as Pride Month was kicking
no,
off.
that's not it. No, it was yesterday. I don't know.
that was also.
Nope, that wasn't yesterday. This wasn't it though.
Okay, it was yesterday.
That was yesterday, but that wasn't.
Look at the confusion that I caused.
We-
Yeah,
I tell ya.
Kimberlina's.
I don't know
blood
that we have a
pressure
clip
is
of just
boiling right
Biden
now.
speaking.
Yeah,
yesterday.
we
No, I'm looking at him. All we had was the press secretary. She was the one who
she's
used
the
the
one that
term
said it.
economic boom.
She's the one that
Is
said
she
it.
the one that said it?
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
he said it. I thought we had a clip where he actually
Well,
said
she's
it.
speaking for him anyway.
Can
right?
you play that?
I think it was.
Does President Biden take any responsibility for his policies potentially contributing to inflation?
His policies has helped the economy get back on its feet. That's what his policies has done.
She can't even speak with correct grammar.
She can't.
His
No.
policies have done, not his policies has done.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That's the press secretary?
That's
That's
the
the first
press
time I've ever heard
secretary.
her speak.
Well, the other one's better. The one with the pink dress.
Yes. Let me try.
That's where she says it.
Does the president
No.
have the stamina?
Oh,
Not
yeah.
that one.
The stamina?
That was a different cut.
All right, never mind.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry,
Thanks-
there was a
thank-
lot of clips yesterday. That,
Okay.
Thanks for bringing this down, Chad.
Anyway, but he did say yesterday that we were experiencing the biggest economic
we were
boom.
rolling just like the economy.
Right.
And then
Right.
Chad showed up. and
Exactly.
Boom,
Hey,
disaster.
So I have to give a shout out to, I took two shout outs actually, because my daughter is having a birthday this weekend. She will
Happy
be
birthday, Chloe.
She will be 24. I know your daughter had a birthday yesterday.
Oh, that's right. Danielle's birthday was Flag Day. Yeah.
And so we will celebrate my daughter's 24. I can't even believe 24 years for my baby girl. So happy birthday to
Happy birthday
Chloe,
to your Chloe.
to my Chloe. And I want to give a shout out to Cheryl at Sheer Joy Dog Grooming, because my dog has been turned away from 2 dog groomers that could not handle Dixie Dog. And I had talked to Cheryl, went into her dog grooming place after eating at a diner that's in the same little strip mall in Greece.
Your dog thinks that it's a cat. Is that the problem?
My dog identifies as a mountain lion, and she's just as mean. And so
Come on.
she's never been groomed. She'll be 3 years old in August, and that dog has never been groomed. She's had one bath.
She's such a sweetie.
She's a sweetie
Sounds
dog.
like a parent problem.
But oh yeah, I don't parent I parent my dog like I parent my child, which was nothing.
Does she put her toys away, Kimberlina?
She does put her toys away. But Cheryl was able to groom her today, and she looks fantastic. You can check out my Facebook page. I think I have a picture there on her. And then random things that our Chad sees. So tell us what was going on
Chad
with you
used
today.
to have a show that he could say random things.
Chad's random things.
But now we have a new segment for Chad because he
Chad's
doesn't have a
random
show
things.
anymore.
Yeah,
Well, look,
Chad's
you have to be observant when you're out there. You got to,
without a doubt.
I taught my kids this when they were young, and your daughter as a police officer would appreciate this and understand and know
Right.
this. But there's something called the 7-second rule, right? This is
Right.
a little unrelated.
Is
to
this
what I'm allowed
about
to
picking
talk
up
about,
food
but-
off the floor, Chad?
No, that's the 5-second rule. No, the 7-second rule is when you're driving, for example, check each one of your mirrors every 7 seconds. Be aware of your surroundings.
Sure.
Know what's going on.
That's
If
good
you're out-
advice.
if
Well,
you're
wait
out
a minute.
walking or
it only takes
hiking-
3-4 seconds to text. So yeah, that's probably makes sense.
If you're out walking or hiking or riding your bike, take a look around every 7 seconds. See what's going on. See who's coming up behind you potentially. So as I was driving back to the office today, hurriedly trying to get here to be on time for the podcast.
Coming in hot.
Yeah, I was coming in hot.
Coming in hot.
I didn't have to exercise the 7-second rule because what I saw that you're all about to see happened directly in front of me.
Okay.
So I'm coming down 104. I'm on 104 West. I'm exiting at the Seneca Road exit, and I'm coming down the off ramp, and the light is red, and there's a truck in front of me.
And you pulled up in front of me.
And there's the truck.
Behind
There's
me.
a truck that's in front of you.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't think you can see it in this picture, but it's kind of a beat up truck. It's got a Colorado plate. It's got an American flag.
It's got a Colorado plate. That's
yeah.
a Colorado plate.
Kind of a tattered American flag on it.
It looks like my truck, Chad.
And it's in front of me. This was after the fact, but it was in front of me at the red light previous to this. And all of the sudden, the door opens up, which
Okay.
of course that's immediate red flag to me, right?
Is
A
someone
door
open-
opens up
Yeah,
and
yeah.
somebody's about to get out, and out jumps this gentleman,
Shirtless.
shirtless.
How old do you think the dude is?
The dude was about 75, I'm guessing.
Oh boy.
The shirtless guy jumps out, and now he's walking. This is as he's getting back in the truck, but previously he's walking towards me, and he's got a big shit-eating grin on his face, and he puts his hand up as if to let me know, don't worry, I'm not coming to carjack you.
Okay.
I'm just heading to my tailgate to reach into my cooler to grab A Corona.
Get out.
Guy's my hero.
He's drinking a Corona driving down the road?
He's doing the 7-minute rule. Every 7 minutes, he stops his truck, and goes to his tailgate and grabs another Corona. Yeah. The guy jumped out of his truck.
Do they have different rules in Colorado than they do in the state of New York?
That's funny you say that, because that was immediately what I was thinking is like, what's the open beverage? What's the drinking and driving rules? No, the guy
have
was
an uncle that lives in Colorado. Any chance he's here?
Oh, there's the American flag. So there's a good picture.
Well, he's a patriot.
Yeah, he's
and he's thirsty.
But he was drinking Corona. He's drinking Mexican beer. How can he be a patriot if he's drinking Mexican beer?
Why are you denying him his undeniable American right to have a cold, refreshing beverage?
I didn't call IPD.
Why?
I didn't call Chief Alan Laird that owns Soup One Security unethically and illegally next door. I didn't call him and report this guy. I figured out,
Chad,
hopefully he'll keep it between the lines.
You know what these are called? Road sodas.
Road sodas.
I'm just confused why you said he's shirtless. He's clearly wearing some sort of brown fuzzy sweater.
Right.
Good one. You shouldn't drink and drive.
No, you should not drink and drive.
Because you might spill your beer.
No, but he was thirsty, and he's an American. And it's his right to have his thirst quenched.
Unreal. That just happened about an hour ago.
Did he have lime? Did you see him get the lime out and cut it before he put it?
What does the Police Accountability Board say to this?
That's a great question, Tom.
You can't have a Corona without a lime. The Police Accountability Board is fucked. We didn't get to it, but I think we all know.
The light turned green.
Larry, the Police Accountability Board is a worthless piece of crap. I think we know that.
He didn't have time to put his lime in. The light turned green.
But put the lime in the Coke. I saw a picture, by the way. Have you either one of you ever been out to Colorado?
I have once.
You have once?
Yes. My sister-in-law lives out there in Aurora.
Is that close to where Red Rocks is?
No, but we did go to Red Rocks. It was probably, as I recall, I could be wrong, but it was at least an hour and a half. Drive.
Concerts.
Yeah,
we went there and walked around.
I saw a picture. I don't know where I've been all my life in radio and whatever.
Road trip.
Seriously, on my bucket list. I have got to go to a concert at Red Rocks.
It's going to cost $17,000 in gas to get there.
I didn't see a concert.
Gorgeous.
We just went there on an off day, so to speak, just to kind of check it out. You could walk around and all that.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine seeing a concert in that venue?
Yeah, the amphitheater is cut out of the stone in the mountain.
It's absolutely freaking astonishing.
Yeah.
One of these days, it is on my bucket list to go. Red Rocks is near Colorado Springs. Thank you so much.
There's my sister-in-law.
We have such smart
it was only
patriots.
20 minutes. Okay.
Oh, 20 minutes.
That's
for you?
my sister-in-law, Beata. Yeah, it was 20 minutes from where she lives. I knew we had driven to it when we were there. Yeah.
So anyway, all right, that's going to do it. Unless you guys have anything else.
I don't have
anything else. Thoughts on the PAB?
No.
And I don't mean past blue ribbon. That's PBR.
You're gonna have to.
There's a lot of LGBT PAB. PBR.
You're gonna have to fill me in. What happened now with the PAB?
They got a new guy.
Oh, they did.
Shawnee, who was coming on to
just Larry
to the stash.
Yeah. The stash guy got shit canned.
No, he's suspended, and she stepped down because she wanted to have sex with the unicorn. It's a lot. It's just a lot to get to.
It's a long story.
And how many police have been accounted for so far with the PAB?
Well, they've done no work, but have received $10 million in taxpayer funded dollars.
That's all. They're just being inclusive.
Yes.
Self-affirming and inclusive.
So what happened to Larry? Larry sounds like a good guy.
Just a guy named Larry, and I'm sure is just as ridiculous and cop hating as the rest.
So Larry's the new guy.
Larry's the new guy.
What's his last name?
Knox.
Larry Knox. What's his background? Is he?
I don't think anyone knows. But that makes him a good candidate for the police accountability.
Maybe he's the one that sent the letter to Harry Bronson.
Maybe he did. That's going to do it until next week. Tonight, 8:00, Jose Pio show with that guy Lavelle.
Yeah, something like that.
That guy Lavelle.
And next is 6:00. Our producer Austin. With, PCP. Your weekly dose of PCP.
All right, that's going to do it for what is it? For Kimberly's Revolution on the We the People Podcast Network. We hope that you love the show. Reach out, be a member.
Hit that donation button.
Be a member on YouTube. It's free to be be a subscriber on YouTube. And if you want to start your own podcast, check out Fitz at Rockvox Productions. That's ROCVOX Productions. He's in Bushnell's Basin. He will set it up for you, and you will look as fabulous as we look.
Go to our website
on a regular basis.
www.wethepeoplepodcast. No, what is it? Yeah, something like that.
Oh.
Network.com. And buy a t-shirt.
Buy a t-shirt.
That's your donation to the cause.
All right, we're out of here.
God bless. Be kind to others.
From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor 500 help.